To this regular meeting of the Biloxi City Council on June 11th, 2024. Being that there is a change to the agenda, do I have a motion to amend the agenda? Motion by Mr. Guines, second by Mr. Tisdale. All in favor? Unanimous votes. Ms. Carey, will you read those changes, please?
To the consent agenda, we're substituting item 5A, Exhibit A only, resolution to amend the budget for a PERS increase, adding 5M, resolution recognizing receipt of 2023 Rosenberg Quint ladder truck and authorizing payment in full. And to the routine agenda, we're adding a docket in the amount of $1,080,221 and adding Section 3 that the foregoing warrants that are being approved cannot be released until funds have been received and have been deposited.
So moved. Second.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Guines and a second by Mr. Tisdale to accept it as amended. All in favor? Unanimous vote. This brings us to the presentation agenda, Mayor's report.
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. We have a couple of special people here, and time passes way fast when you're having fun, so we're going to recognize them for many years of service. First, Tina Coward, please come up, and we want to present you with this certificate of our appreciation, and thank you for all you've done. 30, well, I'll read it first. By the authority vested in me, by the people of Biloxi, Tina Coward is hereby awarded this certificate of recognition on the occasion of your retirement for 35 years of service with the city of Biloxi. Congratulations. Thank you, Tina. Rhonda, please come up here. We have one more special certificate. Rhonda, please. Rhonda Bayes is hereby awarded this certificate of recognition on the occasion of her retirement for 31 years of service to the city of Biloxi. Thank you, Rhonda. Well done. Thank you so much. And I'm going to ask Kay Miller to come up and talk a little bit about doing this report, this beautification of Biloxi and Sparklight to share good news with us.
Yes, we are so excited. We applied for a Sparklight grant and for Beautify Biloxi, and it is for to enhance, to encourage the citizens of Biloxi to help us pick up trash. We're going to provide trash receptacles that disperse trash bags in different areas, and the trash bags will be labeled, and they will bring it back to us, and we will give them a token to go to the downtown businesses to spend, and part of this grant funds that. So we're not only beautifying Biloxi and helping clean up trash downtown, but we're helping out the businesses that are downtown as well. With sending the people to them. So we're so excited to receive this grant today for $7,500. So I've got a couple of board members here that are going to be in the picture with the mayor.
My pleasure to present you with a check for $7,500 for your project. Great, thank you so much. And that concludes my report.
All right, being no departmental reports, we'll move on to council reports. Mr. Lawrence.
Yeah, we had a couple of ribbon cutting. We cut the floating dock on the point just in time for the Billfish tournament. I think we pulled it up. That turned out pretty good. That's pretty nice. I also had posted for the blessing coming up in July. We attended that, so that turned out great. And I think the Billfish tournament went off well. Had 80-something boats. Give away a couple $1 million. You know, I think that's pretty strong. That's a lot of money coming to town. A couple of them boats, they look like boats you own, Popo. Yeah, right. I couldn't even buy gas for half them boats, much less own one of them. But anyway, it turned out to be a great weekend for that. And It was a little rainy Thursday, but after that, it was pretty weather. So it turned out to be a good tournament. See y'all. That's it. Thank you.
Mr. Guines?
Okay, kudos to K Miller and Sparklight. Appreciate that, the downtown area, cleaning it up. That's perfect, and we definitely need it. I also want 65 years, was that 65 years with the two retirees, Tina. We're gonna miss Tina a whole lot, because I definitely call on her a lot. And I also want to acknowledge this weekend is the annual Juneteenth celebration, starting out Friday at Henry Beck Park and Saturday closing out at the Town Green. So everyone's welcome to come on out to each one, check the Biloxi website, and have a list of all events and a whole lot of bands there. So please come on out. That concludes my report.
Mr. Tisdale?
Thank you, Madam President. Several things. I want to thank Public Works for a quick response on a water main that burst in Edgewater Estates. And again, that's a looming concern, all this water infrastructure, particularly in West Biloxi and some of the aging subdivisions. Also, north of the Pops Ferry Bridge, I see golf carts occasionally driven by underage kids, so I know that's a concern over there, and to some extent it's being abused. Chief, just do what you can. A reminder to provide a list of special events at our next council meeting for the month of July, if you don't mind, so we know what's coming up. And at Somerset Court, 2591, there was a water leak in January that was repaired by Public Works, but there's a section of sidewalk that needs to be replaced there. It's never been replaced. Also, the Katrina Memorial, last I heard, Dunaway Glass was to replace that glass in there. I assume we're still waiting on Dunaway Glass. I think Mr. Leonard was following up on that, but it's still an issue at the Katrina Memorial, that, and I think one of the light covers at ground level needs to be replaced as well. Father's Day is Sunday. That's right, so all us fathers are living in terror just to see whether we get undies or a new tie, right? But we appreciate it regardless. Also, I would ask that we adjourn today's meeting in memory of Larry Sablich, the Port Division Supervisor who passed away this past Sunday. And that's it, Madam President. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Glavin?
Thank you. Also, Mayor, condolences to your family and for Larry's passing. All the social media posts are very endearing, and what a special person he was, certainly. Also, I'd like to shout out to the Biloxi Fire Department. They responded to a pretty major fire at Providence Point off of Pops Ferry Road. Several of the families are displaced, lost a lot of their belongings. I've coordinated with the Mississippi Hotel and Lodging Association to look at abandoned, lost and found items and any surplus items that the hotels may have that could be a benefit to those families. Preliminary, the fire chief has graciously said that we can have a drop-off point at Fire Station 7. So I would ask that if anybody can support those families and have anything that would be of use that they could help donate. Grass cutting is going good with Public Works, but there are still some areas, particularly along Cedar Lake, north of I-10. There's a couple of fire hydrants that the grass is starting to overtake. I think that is the responsibility of the fire department to take care of that, unless they delegate that to somebody else, Public Works or what have you. Just want to make sure the plan as well, whatever maintenance plan that we have for grass cutting, if we find we are falling short, if we can invoke the contracted services in our budget and just stay on top of that, I appreciate just emphasis on that as well. Also, north of the Cedar Lake Bridge, there's a derelict boat. I turned it into the administration. DMR picked it up. I saw recently where several boats were identified over the next 2 years that they're going to try to salvage those boats, but I couldn't find the list and if that boat is included in that list or not. So if I could get an update on that later on, I'd appreciate the update. And then two more things. Billy Ray, our Director of Public Works, responded to a request to improve some of the lighting off of Valerie Drive. I think they took an existing light and slanted it or turned it a little bit. I went and talked to two very spirited senior citizens that live along the area that's in question, and they've asked that maybe we take another look and see if we can still improve it. They walk along that area, they drive at night, and their eyesight is not as good as it used to be, so they're asking for some assistance. And then finally, the dredging project, I know $400,000 was allocated toward the dredging in Brazier Bayou. I know we're working through that process, but I'd like to see the plan for that. That money is earmarked for that area along Brazier Bayou and other canals, and I just hope that doesn't get away from us, Mayor, and that we can make sure when that money is granted, we can let that contract and get that project started as soon as possible. And that concludes my report.
Mr. Shoemaker?
Yeah, just a few things. MDOT continued to work on the roundabout at Shriners Boulevard. Last week, they've gotten a good bit done, so hopefully that'll continue. They're actually making big strides in getting that done finally, so kudos to them. The weather's getting right, y'all. Shuckers are still playing at home. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. It's not super expensive. Y'all get out, make some time, and support the team. Grass cutting, of course, I was going to bring that up on my way here. I did see that we had some crews out there cutting grass on the right-of-ways finally, and hopefully they'll get some of that done. It's not too wet. And then lastly, just drainage, ditches, and culverts again. I know we have a major issue in Ward 7. Mayor, I know you and I have talked, and there's some things that you guys are working on too, so hopefully some of that'll transpire and we can get that done. That's all I have. Thanks.
Okay, George?
Felix and I have been paying attention. I want to tell you, they've done a great job so far at Mercer Cross. Moved all the tents, and they moved a lot of people out of there. Yeah. And if they're going to record them and keep them straight like that, then they'll cut that down. So just want to let everybody know we are paying attention, and people are noticing that, and it looks 10 times better than it ever did in a while. So that's a good thing working out there.
And again, with all the partners here, Back Bay Mission, diocese, the chief and our crews. I think that we've got some other plans, as well as Homeless Coalition. And as far as being able to assess what the problems are in individuals, as well as there's some plans to stop the drive-in traffic after, in the dark after dark to keep some bad players driving up and down there. So, and then open access through the utilitarian authority, the actual wastewater treatment plant from Back Bay Mission, so to kind of keep some of the issues that we've been hearing about as far as people walking through private property. So we are making progress, and we continue to. I think we've got another follow-up meeting in another couple of weeks, I believe. Yeah. So we're hopeful that we'll make a dent into the problem, not only there but across the city.
Well, it made a difference for the property and also the neighborhood. It's a big difference right now.
Yep.
And you don't really hear the complaints. I don't know about Felix. Yeah. People see that we're doing something, it's actually accomplishing something. Yep. So everybody's happy with that.
Right. Thank you.
And it looks a lot better from the bridge, because at first, I mean, it was, but now it.
We do, there was a health issue with regarding to the number of folks and, the impact to the bayou, to Higgins Bayou, and I think Billy Ray's looking for some of the, we use this construction, orange fencing, so to speak. We'll kind of cordon that off so you keep that thing from happening and becoming, a DEQ problem.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
This brings us to the public agenda. Citizen comments. Each person gets 3 minutes each to speak. We have a total time allotted of 45 minutes. Each person that comes up to speak, please sit down here, write your name and address down on the paper provided, as well as state it aloud for the record. Anyone on my left, your right, that would like to get up and speak? Anyone? Anyone on my right, your left? Anyone in the room? Okay. Public comments are now closed. We'll move on to the policy agenda.
Just could have got a consent.
Okay, we have nothing for the policy. We'll move on to consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
I moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Lawrence, seconded by Mr. Tisdale. Any discussion items, Mr. Lawrence?
On A, you substituted, what did you change on the PERS? It was .5?
Yeah, to increase the step up, that's going to be 2% over the next 5 years. To increase that, what we're going to have to pay.
I understand, but you substituted, what did you substitute?
I'm not sure.
I think the exhibit was substituted.
Yeah. This is the exhibit right here.
Katie, do you know what was changed on the exhibit?
Object codes.
I think the original exhibit, we had the calculated accounts instead of the PERS accounts.
Just a number change.
Yes.
All right. And the last one is 11, L, they hired a temporary staff and we hired a bunch of people to start cleaning out ditches and to clean up the roads and.
Yeah. Again, we've gotten some quotes from some of the labor folks, and looking to me personally, I think about 20 to see where we need to go. But that's to establish, the folks that can help us and supplement our crews.
Okay, and I was down on Howard Avenue, some of the
Everywhere.
side streets, the grass is growing from inside the building's pretty good. I just thought y'all make sure we get to that pretty quick. They're supposed to be coming in town, so we want to be ready for them. That's it, thank you.
Okay, any discussion items, Mr. Gaines?
None.
Mr. Tisdale?
Yes, on item E, which is the Coon Street boat launch, that we're applying for this Tidelands grant. We've been at it for 4 years. What's
Well,
taken?
last year was not, we didn't get that last 500,000 or the remaining to do that, so we're reapplying.
Okay. It just seems like it's been on the books for a long time.
A lot of those like that, is that right?
On item L, which Mr. Lawrence had mentioned, but I'm thinking we're going to pay a proposed rate of $20.72 an hour. My guess is they're probably paying their folks, I just want to point this out, my guess is that they're probably paying their folks, whoever they get to work as temps, at $15 an hour, would be my guess, which is more than we're starting folks now. So, and by the way, we have a workshop on employee pay after the next council meeting a week from today, and you're going to have something for us to look at, Mayor? You said, okay. That's good. I just wanted to make that observation. So we just need to do something about our starting pay. Thank you. That's all.
Mr. Glavin?
I don't have anything.
Mr. Shoemaker? Okay, all in favor of the consent agenda? Unanimous vote. Do we have any objections, exceptions? None. No? Okay. Move on to code enforcement.
Item A, Adam F. Brown, 236 Dewey Circle. That case has been resolved. Item B, David K. Cooper, 8784 Boss Husley Road. That case has been resolved. Item C, Mary C. Crockett, 634 Peyton Drive. That case has been resolved. And item D, Ann Wynn, 388 Fowler Street. This property is still in violation.
I thought you go 4 for 4.
I'm sorry?
Fofo. I thought you were going to go 4 for 4. Fofo.
Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of Ann Wynn at 388 Fowler Street? If not, this case is closed. Do I have a motion on the routine agenda?
Moved.
Motion by Mr. Lawrence, seconded by Mr. Guines. Any discussion, Mr. Lawrence?
Walt, you on vacation? You got checks for us, Walt? You and Pete have been on them boats, riding around in a sump for the last couple of weeks.
I've been out on the job site, Councilman, in that sun. No checks are in as of this meeting, Councilman. We do have the 269,000, that's in step 3 of 5, that's the GAR approval. It's been there for 8 days. We have an additional check right behind it of 152,000, that's also in step 3 of 5, and that's been in there for 4 days. The GAR is the governor's authorized representative. He just needs to approve it. When he clicks the button to approve it, it moves into step 4. That starts that 10 to 15 calendar day window before it comes to us.
So we staying up even.
Sir?
We staying even.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's a good thing.
Staying ahead. Staying ahead, not even.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any more discussion on the routine agenda? All in favor? Unanimous vote. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn in memory of Larry Sablich.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Tisdale, seconded by Mr. Glavin to adjourn in the name of Larry Sablich. All in favor? Unanimous votes. Meeting adjourned.
Ooh, is that a record time?
Yeah, you did.
That's a record.
What happened?
Rachel, he signed that
2
that MOU.
minutes, a new land speed record. Good job, Madam
I went up
President.
to see him at 9.
We got the choir.
Okay.
What's your son doing back there?
Yeah, I need, yesterday. Okay.
Yes, sir. Huh?
That's okay. Motel, I need to tap into the hotel, motel. Our pre-Katrina numbers, and listen, we're still taking.
We get another 2 years.
Hear anything like, could we get some from them?
That's it?
Yes.
Wanted to shake it down.
I missed you earlier today. I was,
No, that's right. Did you go eat or not?
I did. I grabbed a po' boy and I went and brought one to my daughter.
374.